Hello, Rishabh. I'm Surya. Can you provide an overview of your background and experience in project management?
Hi Surya. Hi Surya. So my job role with project management is in terms of event management, where we sort of design an event flow, how an event should be from A to Z. That's from taking an event up from the ground and sort of executing it from scratch in multiple aspects in terms of corporate weddings, large scale events. So yeah.
That's good. That's good. What types of projects have you managed in the past and in what industries?
So in terms of projects, we deal in projects that are related to events only. Firstly, we have corporate events. Corporate events being small scale, large scale events. Small scale can be somewhat of an event that is held within your office. Large scale is for something that you have close to between 500 to 2,500, 5,000 people attending. That's one. Then we've got very large scale weddings that we look into. Um, then again, we have events of our own that we've been doing for the last couple of years. So yeah. Hi, what's your name? Hi,
Hi
Rohan.
Rishabh,
Doing
this is
well. How are you?
Rohan. So my first question is, how do you typically approach the initiation phase of a new project, ensuring key stakeholders are aligned with the project goals?
So again, when we approach a project, stakeholders for us are clients, sponsors mainly. Uh, so yeah, when a client does hand a project over to us, as in terms of this is what we require, so we take that into consideration. Then we really map out stuff for them. So we create a structured view as to what they will get, and we execute it in that direction. Secondly, once things are confirmed with no changes, we've got to make sure that we have day-to-day conversations or day-to-day talks with our clients. Those are our stakeholders, and make sure that everything is approved as we go, because costing budgeting shouldn't be an issue as time goes by with every project that we do. Any sub
So Rishabh, can you share an example of a project where you successfully defined clear project objectives and gained team conscious?
So again, there are multiple projects that we've done so far in those terms. Again, so am I allowed to take company names? So one being Adobe. So Adobe have been we've done multiple events with them. So again, with them, if we do map out, we do create a structured map as to this is what we are going to provide. Adobe is one of the only few companies where we've had to sort of do everything A to Z with no gaps, no barriers, and yeah, in those terms, very successful. And yeah, somewhat answering your question.
Rishabh, my final question to you is, how do you handle unexpected challenges or changes in project scope while ensuring project timelines are met?
So again, unexpected changes, we've got to, if it's a couple of days being 24 to 48 hours before an event, we as a team sit down, see what we can change, sit with clients, make sure that every change that has to be approved is approved then and there with no delay. Secondly, if the changes are approved, we've got to see how we can fit it in within that time frame and make sure that it's executed flawlessly. One more sort of issue that we face is during events. Now, if an event is due tomorrow, like if we have a handover at let's say 4 p.m. tomorrow, and changes are to be made right now, we have to divide work amongst teammates, team members that are there, and again figure out what is to be done where, and again sleepless nights at the end of it.
Thanks, Rishabh. That'll be all.
Hi
Okay,
Vishwesh.
hello. Hello, hi Rishabh. So this is Vishweshwar, and I'll
Hi
be
Vishwesh.
asking you the next few questions. In your experience, what methods do you employ to evaluate the success of a project against its initial objectives?
So evaluate a project. So we have key performance indicators being one, KPIs. So now in KPIs we see sales revenue, project goals, then customer satisfaction, how many people have attended the project. So that is one main thing that we sort of look into. Then surveys and feedbacks being from the people who have attended the event or project in this term, or from clients as such. Then timelines and milestones being one, where we've got to make sure that everything within that timeline, whatever was planned for the timeline, has to be met within its due time. And again, milestones being the same. You sort of mix and match both and figure out what's to be done when. Um, Again, quality is something that we assess. Then, yeah, see, there are a lot of stuff that we really look into. Your stakeholder satisfaction sort of being one of the most important. And our stakeholders are basically our clients, sponsors, people that we work with, teammates. So, pretty much it.
Okay, so Rishabh, how do you foster collaboration and maintain team morale throughout the course of the project?
Okay, so fostering, so this is something that can only be done with clear communication. Uh, you can't take a project up on your own and sort of execute it for your self benefit. You've got to have shared goals in that domain. uh, you've got to make sure that everyone in and around you, you've got to encourage your juniors, your batchmates, or uh, your team members mostly. So we've got a lot of juniors that we work with. So you've clear communication with everyone really solves a lot of these issues. Then you've got to define roles for everyone. One person does not sit and do everything, like I said before. So roles and responsibilities have to be defined and have to be assigned to everyone. Got to trust people as time goes by through the event, because running a project, doing a project is not a one man's job. And then again, you've got to, through post all of this, you've got to learn how to celebrate achievements or failures. So yeah, pretty much it.
Yeah, so hi Rishabh, it's Surya again.
Hi Surya.
Yeah. So I like to know what are some of the common challenges you faced during a project life cycle?
So again, a lot of challenges for us are dealing with vendors, dealing with clients. Team members, not so much, because you work with them, you know how to deal with them. So stakeholders are, for us, dealing with our stakeholders is by far one of the most challenging things that comes across, because a lot of changes do come up. They see something, they want something else. So for us, stakeholders, and then we've got to really sort of know how to talk it out with them and then get back to what you're doing. Being adaptive overall.
Rishabh, I don't mean to interrupt, but could you give us a real life example of some of the challenges that you faced in a project life cycle?
So again, like I said, I'd given you an example of Adobe before this. Now, with certain companies where you do pitch an idea, there will be slight changes that do come about as your project goes by. So you can either sort of adjust and make sure that everything sort of seems good, great, with no issues, of course. Or again, when if certain clients do come up to you and say, see, this is the drawing, this is what was provided, everything has to be in the exact same spot as shown. So again, you've got to sort of deal with that and make required changes. And again, stakeholders, you've got to make sure that stakeholders are happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, thank you Rishabh for finding time for us in your busy
Thank you, guys.
schedule.